So there was Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne at the supermarket the other day, a baguette and a bottle of wine occupying her shopping basket like she was in Paris or something. It was all part of a photo op in which the Premier announced that Ontario adults will soon be treated like, well, adults. In the months ahead, 150 supermarkets will be allowed to sell Ontario wine, something that's currently verboten. The photo op was oh so staged and oh so lame. I mean, after all, why only 150 supermarkets? Why can't convenience stores sell wine? And why will it be okay soon to buy a bottle of Pinot Noir at Loblaws, but not Jack Daniels? Guess we're not mature enough for the hard stuff yet, eh, folks? Still, I am indeed happy that Ontario's winemakers will be getting this new distribution channel. They've been abused for so long, and every bit of assistance helps. By the way, can you possibly guess what entity has been the biggest impediment to the growth of the Ontario wine industry? Well, step forward and take a curtsy, Liquor Control Board of Ontario. Here's the unspoken truth behind Wynne's whiz-bang announcement. More than 70% of wines sold at government-owned LCBO stores are imports. In fact, the LCBO loves imported wine. It even runs promotions for such wines, such as the Ooh La La marketing scheme that praises the merits of French varietals. About $200 million worth of French wine, by the way, is sold through the LCBO annually. Meanwhile, France remains a closed market for Ontario wine. So much for free trade and quid pro quo. But what gives? Well, incredibly, when it comes to the world of wine, Ontario is an anomaly. The governments of all other wine-producing nations the world over, from European countries to the United States to Australia, go out of their way to prop up and even protect their domestic wine industries, which is why you can't find Ontario wine in a Parisian wine shop. But in Ontario, the precise opposite is true. And the reason is perverse. Incredibly, the LCBO actually looks upon Ontario wineries as competitors to the LCBO. The feeling is that since these wineries can sell their wines at their own boutique stores, a bottle of Chardonnay sold at the XYZ winery of Niagara-on-the-Lake is a bottle of Chardonnay that is not sold by the LCBO. And the LCBO is very, very serious when it comes to the C word in its acronym, control. But the LCBO's bully boy policies against the domestic wineries are downright egregious. And it's even self-defeating for the province on a revenue basis. According to a KPMG report, the sale of a bottle of Ontario wine adds more than $4 of non-tax income into the provincial economy. The sale of a foreign bottle of wine adds less than 50 cents to the economy. In fact, the LCBO routinely spits in the face of the domestic wine industry. While Ontario wines account for more than 30% of overall wine sales in a given year, these wines receive less than 20% of LCBO shelf space. All of which is why one Ontario vintner told me the following a while back, quote, "Sometimes I think the LCBO would like it if we all just died and went away," end quote. Now, I can't give you his name, folks, for if I did, the government liquor monopoly would likely delist his product, which would put him out of business. That's how malcontents are dealt with by the liquor cartel bureaucracy of Ontario. So while it's all quite jolly that at least some supermarkets will get to sell some wine in the near future, Premier Wynne's announcement just doesn't go far enough. If she really cared about the Ontario wine industry and what's good for the Ontario consumer, she would privatize the abusive provincial liquor monopoly that is the LCBO. I'd drink to that. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.